So with that, we bring in Kellyanne Conway, former senior counselor to President Trump, and Fox News contributor Patrick Murphy, former Democratic Pennsylvania congressman and former acting Army secretary. Great to have both of you with us. Patrick, you know, I think there's probably easier controversy and a contrast to draw than this one, given the schedule that President Trump keeps, which is like multiple times more active than the prior president.
Yeah, Martha, I'm not going to play those reindeer games. There's no doubt President Trump has energy. He's going to be obviously in Pennsylvania, my home state, where I'm calling in from right now. But listen, he did take a vertical nap, wherever he phrased it, Frank did. And it gave some Joe Biden vibes, let's be honest, right? But listen, he has energy. And I'm glad he's getting out there in a stump, because the reality of it is that he's indicted, Joe Biden on inflation and prices going up, and inflation actually this year went up, ticked up to 1% more from 2.9 last year to 3.0 this year. Groceries are up, electricity's up. We need to make sure that we're making it more affordable. There's real anxiety out there this Christmas season with American families, and I hope we all can come together as Americans to drive those prices down.
What do you say to that, Kellyanne?
Oh, gosh, of all the wishful thinking, wrong-headed, ridiculous, non-factual things Screed said about President Trump in the 10 years of the era of Trump, this one is really remarkable. The fact that people who sit around and are... I can't hear you, and that's okay. That's okay. All I'll say is this man travels around the world.
Said, but go ahead, Kellyanne.
Yeah. Well, I'm referring to Frank Bruni's column. I liked him best as the food critic at the Times. That was his best beat. But look, the president can't help, people who are miserable and sitting around, whoever they are, sitting around in pants that no longer snap, zipper, or button in front of their computers, just hurling insults at him. Well, he is literally flying around the globe, not spinning a globe like Biden, flying around the globe and bringing home with him direct foreign investment, bringing home with him peace deals and trade deals. He's not flying as an activity. It's a means to an end. The end is a very successful first year of the presidency. And I actually think that the reporters do things like this, Martha, palace intrigue, psychoanalyzing, and now physically analyzing President Trump, because they're too lazy to learn the nuances of tariff and trade policy, too lazy to learn what's in the one big beautiful bill and how that's going to impact people starting in 2026 when they realize the fruits of that to their own and to their employer's tax liability. And I think that we've gone from all the news that's fit to print at the New York Times to all the insults that miserable people wish to hurl. I don't think it benefits anyone. I read the piece twice. I suffered through that. And he obviously watches TV, including Saturday Night Live. He quoted 5 different people from TV, and he quoted 2 other reporters who wrote pieces. The opinion piece should be exactly that. And I think people should get therapists and get better friends and maybe a pet or 2 instead of putting upon the rest of us every time they just want to unfurl and unhurl a mindless group of words that really have no basis in fact. People are hurting. They want solutions. They're getting them from the president. Guess what? He exhausts staffers 1/3 his age. The man will be 80 next June 14th. Show me anybody who can keep
he has
his
tremendous
schedule.
energy.
He doesn't even need this job.
Anybody can deny that in any way. Real quick, this is Kamala Harris quoted in the New York Times saying that there will be a marble bust of her in Congress. And I want to read this also in the New York Times, okay? She says, I understand the focus on 28 and all that, she said in an interview, but there will be a marble bust of me in Congress. I am a historic figure like any vice president of the United States ever was. Patrick.
Wow.
She was the first Democratic nominee for president to not win the popular vote in the last 2 decades. That's the reality of it. And I think
is that what it's
many
going
of
to
us
say underneath the marble bust?
No, Martha, but listen, I'm trying to have the Christmas spirit, Martha. I'm trying to be nice. And God bless America. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, she said this. This is the message she apparently wants to get out there a couple weeks before Christmas, that there's going to be a marble bust of her in Congress because she is a historic figure. Just want to make sure that I got that.
Yes, she's the queen.
Exactly
She's the queen of the self-own. Martha, she's the queen of the self-own. She doesn't even realize that she's reminding us that they spent about $2 billion in 7 weeks for her to fail miserably and give us the second term of President Trump. So, you know, I became the nominee for the Democratic Party as a historic figure, and all I got to show for it was this T-shirt and this marble bust. Beautiful.
Well, apparently she wants to stay in the conversation, and that worked today. Patrick and Kellyanne, thank you both very much. It's great to see you both, as always. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.